Imagine walking into a philosophy seminar and hearing this. Most of what you're arguing about isn't wrong, it's just meaningless. Not false, not confused, or not mistaken. It's completely meaningless. Not because it's mysterious, but because it's not even asking a real question. That's what Rudolf Carnap believed. And with this single idea, he tried to erase 2,000 years of metaphysics. Carnap looked at traditional philosophy and saw endless battles. What really exists? Are universals real? Are numbers real? Is being itself a thing? And is reality fundamentally material or mental? And he thought, these aren't deep questions, they're broken sentences. In his famous paper, The Elimination of Metaphysics, Carnap argued that much of metaphysical language only looks meaningful. The sentences are grammatically correct, they sound profound, and they feel deep. But when you analyze them logically, they don't connect to any test, any observation, or any rule of use. They're not false sentences, they're pseudo-sentences, like perfectly written nonsense. Carnap wanted philosophy to do two things. First, clarify real knowledge, science, math, logic, empirical claims. And second, delete fake knowledge, language that pretends to describe reality but doesn't. To him, philosophy wasn't about discovering hidden layers of reality. It was about cleaning language. Not world building, not metaphysical vision, not cosmic speculation. Just clarity, structure, and meaning. Then, Carnap makes his most radical move. He says, there are no deep questions about what really exists, only languages we choose to speak. He calls them linguistic frameworks. If you adopt the language of mathematics, numbers exist. If you adopt the language of physics, electrons exist. If you adopt the language of psychology, beliefs exist. But asking, do numbers really exist? Do properties really exist? Does being itself exist? Isn't a factual question, it's a practical question. Is this language useful? Is it fruitful? Does it help us predict, explain, or organize phenomenon? Reality doesn't answer that, we choose it. This changed mostly everything. Suddenly, philosophy splits in two directions. One side follows Carnap. Philosophy is logic, language, science, analysis, clarity, and formal structure, while the other side rejects this. Philosophy is metaphysics, meaning, existence, being, reality, interpretation, and death. This becomes the fault line between analytical philosophy and speculative or metaphysical traditions. Two different versions of what philosophy even is. Not just different answers, different definitions of the discipline. Then comes Quine. He agrees with Carnap's science focus, but he says, you can't escape ontology. Because the moment your theories talk about things, you're already committed to what exists. You don't choose existence by language alone, you inherit it through your best theories. So, metaphysics comes back in through the back door. Not mystical, not poetic, but scientific. Ontology as a theory of choice. Carnap tried to delete metaphysics, Quine tried to naturalize it. And philosophy never went back to what it was. Some thinkers still try to dissolve metaphysical questions. Others still try to answer them. But the split remains, because Carnap didn't just challenge metaphysics, he challenged the very idea that philosophy is about describing reality at all. And that question still hasn't been eliminated.